If you, that's really helpful.
Good evening and welcome to the budget workshop of the Weaverville Town Council, June 18, 2024. Council members, I'm going to suggest that on our agenda, we have a closed session followed by the discussion of the budget. I suggest that we reverse those and have the budget discussion and hopefully approval done, and then convene for a short closed session afterwards. Are we able to that? Excellent. Sure. Thank you. We've been talking about the budget for some time now. This is your last opportunity to ask the finance officer of any questions or concerns you have. If not, hopefully we can approve the budget this evening. What questions do you all have of Tom?
Can we add stuff to the budget? Is it too late?
Absolutely. Never too late. Good evening, Mayor and Town Council. So in your packet tonight, you have the budget ordinance, the final version, the proposed, the manager's proposed budget for the upcoming fiscal year. The budget ordinance, just to let you know, is really made up of three parts. The budget ordinance sets the town's budget for the general fund, the water fund, the special revenue fund for fire. That's the first part of it. The second part of it is a fee schedule, which establishes the town's fees, including the water rates for the new year, which we went over at the last workshop. We went over just a few changes we had in that. And then the third part of that is the pay plan and classification, which sets our grades and our pay plan for staff. So there are three parts to the budget ordinance. So when you adopt it, you're adopting those three parts. If you have any questions, I just before the meeting and you've got hard copy handouts, I gave you the detail, the line item detail, as well as the final version of the summary pages. If you'd like a refresher on anything that's included or not included, or have any questions.
So I know that we discussed at the last meeting the option of including some of our listed discretionary items, and we come up with $136,000 worth of them. And I could not determine if those were included in this budget or not. Is that 136,000 included here?
It is. It's actually more than that, and we can go through that if you'd like. So there's 4 items on that enhanced list that we were looking at last
Yep.
budget. So we added the grapple truck with the knuckle boom loader for $228,000. We added the new parking lot below Public Works for $85,000. See on the screen, it's the ones that are highlighted. We added the additional quarter year for the assistant public works director at $32,500, and we added the part-time rec assistant for the after-hour help that we need for $19,300. So those 4 items were added to the budget.
Other questions?
What does the final budget say about cost of living adjustment?
So there's a 5% increase in the budget. There's 3% for cost of living adjustment and 2% for merit. There's 5% total. If you were to tell us you want all of it to be cost of living, it's budgeted either way, 5% total. However you tell us that you want it split up.
Okay, I'm wondering if anybody would be willing to discuss or approve 5% COLA instead of 3%, 2%. And the reason for that is a little bit of catch up for the last 3 years.
There's no catching up. Our raises have been given that have been equal to other adjoining communities. It's a misunderstanding to think that raises haven't been provided to staff the past few years. It's not a few years ago, council made a unanimous decision to switch to a merit-based system to try and do away with the inherent inequities in the COLA system, and to also to better reward our high-performing staff. So I would suggest we just stick with what we got. But in terms of the budget, it doesn't really matter. It's 5%.
Correct. The money's budgeted.
Right.
So in terms of the budget, it doesn't matter. In terms of the employees, it matters. I know that this council voted some years back to do away with cost of living. Nobody else around us has voted to do away with cost of living. I think it's shameful that we've done that. And I think we Need to do the right thing. Everybody else around us is doing 4% and 5%. Is there any support for that?
Thank you. Are there any other questions for Tanya?
So just
If not,
just to be
I'd-
clear, so it's 3% COLA, 2% merit, which is how that would be administered. Your budget will reflect a total of 5%
Correct.
overall. And question for you, the pay plan that you have right now, does that already include the
It
COLA?
does.
Okay, It incorporates a 3% cost of living.
Effective July the 1st.
I have some more comments unless there's more conversation about COLA. I would like to see if we could add a part-time HR position and or outside consulting for HR. And I don't know what type of budget number that would cost.
We talked about that either last year or year before, and there was no support, but I think we did have a figure of about $75,000 or something. And what I don't know, and Jennifer, can you help me with this, is whether or not who the HR person would report to.
So right now, Ms. Dozier actually does have some HR responsibilities. She obviously reports to the town manager, as you know. I mean, I think you have two employees that two positions that you appoint to. One is the town manager, the other is the town attorney. Anything else typically is falling under the manager as a position. So that's, I don't know whether that's what you're trying to
That's what I was
determine.
trying to find out. is who you go report to.
But
Typically,
would we have the ability to change that arrangement?
So, do you-
Or, I mean, is there any law that says that the town council can't directly supervise other staff?
I would want to, I would hate to answer that question off the top of my head without looking into it, because that is a little bit of an unusual setup. And so I don't want to give you incorrect advice on it.
Thank you. I think your suggestion is a very good one, Mr. Chase. I'm wondering, but since we don't have a dollar figure, maybe we should do some research and find out what those and then do a budget adjustment
Yeah, it's
next month to accommodate that,
right.
because we don't know what a consultant would cost unless you.
I have not had time.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
So, but at least by next month, we would have a figure.
Yeah,
We do
And
it.
at any point during the year, if anytime you want to add anything to the budget, it's a simple budget amendment.
yes.
As long as we vote for it, it is.
So once you adopt the budget ordinance tonight, it sets the budget for the year, but you can choose to amend the budget
Change, right.
at any time.
Are there any more questions or comments about the budget? If not, is there a motion to adopt the proposed budget?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you. Any other discussion about the budget? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Thank you very much. Good deal. I know, Sean, you're probably glad this task is finally accomplished. We'll also have a motion to go into closed session to discuss what's on, and you want to read the correct
I do.
legalese?
I do, motion to go into closed session as allowed by North Carolina General Statute 143-318.11A3 to consult with an attorney employed or retained by the public body in order to preserve the attorney-client privilege, which is hereby acknowledged under A5 to establish or to instruct the public body staff or negotiating agents concerning the position to be taken by or on behalf of the public body in negotiating the amount of compensation or other material terms of an employment contract or proposed employment contract, and under 143-318.11A6 to consider the qualifications, competence, performance, character, fitness, conditions of appointment, or conditions of initial employment of an individual public officer or employee or prospective public officer or employee.
That's what I meant to say. Is there a motion to go into closed session?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, let's reconvene in the conference room in a couple of minutes. Back from lost again.
Yes. You may have got ducked into the restroom.
Thank you all. If there is no more business to come before this board this evening, is there?
Just your mug retrieval.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay.
enter.
They've already entered.
Make a motion. Go back in to closed session. I mean, closed session to.
Did we not?
My suggestion, I think I'm going exactly where Councilmember Wood is. I think it would be appropriate to confirm an appointment of Chief Harris as the acting town manager in Ms. Coffey's absence.
so I make a motion that Sky serve as acting manager, at least for the next 4 weeks.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Lucky you, Scotty.
I think, shouldn't we have asked Scotty, would you like to?
Too late
Want the
now.
nomination, sir?
Okay.
Is anything else? Then we are adjourned. See you Monday.